Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Intan and today I'll be talking about the fluctuation effect to exchange rate in airlines. So in general, an exchange rate represents the rate at which one currency can be exchanged for another. This means the exchange rate in the price of the currency of one country compared to another. We commonly understand it by the conversion of the Malaysian ringgit exchange rate for 0.29889 Singaporean dollars. So 1 ringgit Malaysia can be converted into 0.29889 Singaporean dollars in foreign exchange market. Meanwhile, the fluctuation in the exchange rate on the airlines might have an impact on the passenger and the airline in some ways that will be explained in this video, so please stay tuned. Not everyone is willing to pay airfare since the ticket price has increased drastically, but if they have no other options, they have to fly with the airlines by necessity to fulfill their intention to fly. This is due to the fact that the cost of expenses that they must bear may be too high for them due to the difference in currencies between the two countries, which may affect their budget. The fluctuation in exchange rate that impacted airlines can be broken down into three aspects: demand, supply, and the financial accounts. Let us move on to the first factor, which influence passenger demand in a few ways that may vary from route by route and depend on a variety of demand factors, such as the balance of travel on specific routes and degree of substitutability. Next, fluctuations in the currency rate could have an impact on how the airlines decide to supply their services. So they must make sure that their short-term capacity is essentially fixed. Meanwhile, exchange rate shifts in the longer term may be relevant to decision-making about network planning or aircraft investment. The financial status of the airline can also be affected, particularly in terms of their profitability and balance sheet valuations for regular operational activities. The natural hedge may influence airline operations since the amount of foreign currency income exactly matches the level of foreign currency expenses. However, there are instances like a foreign currency surplus where revenues in a foreign currency are higher than cost in the foreign currency, and the foreign currency deficit where the opposite is true. Future currency exchange rates in the airline industry will show up in different elements, such as the political stability, global economy, and shifts in the supply and demand for air travel. Nonetheless, there are some possible trends that could influence the rate of currency exchange for the airline industry, such as for digital currency and economic recovery. The digital currency might potentially affect the dynamics of traditional currency exchange rates, since it may become more widely recognized as more airlines start to accept it as payment for flights. Moreover, future currency exchange rate for the airline industry may be impacted by the emergence of digital currencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. The impact of currency exchange rates on airline can be either favorable or unfavorable. There are a few possible advantages for airlines in terms of saving the cost or of lowering their operating costs. For example, fuel, maintenance, and manpower may be less expensive when paid in other currency. Besides, an airline is able to compete with other airlines on their pricing, especially with countries that have weaker currency, by offering the lowest air ticket price to attract customers and gain a competitive advantage by lowering their fares. Foreign exchange risk is a concern for airline companies. With the dollar at an all-time high, the airlines from other countries have had to pay more for fuel, maintenance, and lease costs, all of which are normally controlled by the dollar. As a result, ticket prices have increased for airline customers. Since many airlines are seeing significant increases in the price of jet fuel, it is now more than ever crucial that they employ efficient currency exchange strategies that can reduce their exposure to exchange rate for volatility and help them maintain their competitiveness. The last part is exchange rate fluctuations can have a large financial impact on airlines. This is so because airlines operate on an international market scale, making purchases of goods and services in multiple currencies while also earning income in many currencies. The price of the airline's purchase of products and services, as well as the revenue from the sale of tickets in foreign currencies, can be both impacted by changes in the exchange rate between two currencies. As an illustration, if an airline buys fuel in US dollars and the US dollar's value declines relative to the airline's home currency, the price of fuel will rise in the airline's home currency. Low profitability and greater operating costs may result from this. That is all about the fluctuations effect to exchange rate in airlines, and thank you for watching.